Alright, if I recall, I was just about to grind this sucker. Grind them right up into some horse chunks. Oh look! It also spat out a little bit of glass powder. Alright, so these things will actually shoot out bonus contents that it gets from grinding. So if you're grinding things, you really ought to have it going to another inventory. Alright, now how many horse chunks do I have? Want some horse chunks. Chunk, cow chunk, zombie chunk. We got witch chunks. Where are the good chunks? Did the chunka burn up? Alright, so I have 14 horse chunks. I need more horse chunks. Gotta grind myself one more bottled horse. Okay, so if I take some brown mob ingots, which I got from zombies, and some horse chunks with the upgrade cores, I can actually make some horse cores. I'm gonna make 4 horse cores. No, I'm not gonna make 4 horse cores. My inventory's gonna glitch. I gotta be a little slower with it on my internet. That's great. Now I need more ingots, cores, and I can make a spawner. Come on. Spawner for entity horse. I got a horse spawner. I made a horse spawner. Holy crap. Oh, there's a witch. Burn the witch. I don't have anything to burn the witch. I need to burn the witch. Where's the burn the witch? False Bane, that's the one. Burn the witch, burn the witch, burn the witch! Burn the witch, burn the witch, burn the witch, burn the... Despawn the witch. No burn the witch? Let that be a lesson to you. Always carry around force flasks for extra bottling of witches. I have a horse spawner. That's not the same color of horse, but that's fine. Oh, hi horses. You're on your high horse. Kill the horse. I can kill all the horses I want for fun now. Look at that. Oh, it's so cute. Kill it. Squid chunks? I have 40 squid chunks. Are you kidding me? Alright, that sounds like fun. Let's make a squid spawner. Just detour. Just a brief detour. Need another block of iron. Squid chunk. Light blue mob ingots. 1, 2, 3, 4 squid cores. And now I have a squid spawner. I don't think it can work down here. Oh, it can. It can work. They don't have to spawn in the water. Ooh! They spawned under the... They died under the ground. Oh wow, I already have 11 ink sacs. See, this is a good way to get ink sacs. You can make yourself a squid spawner. Look at that. They're spawning in the basement. They don't even care that there's no water here. They're gonna eventually just die. That is so much fun. Squid spawner. I'm having so much fun with these spawners. That is awesome. You know what I wish? I wish that Twilight Forest didn't switch over its spawners to some weird system. Yeah, I can't do anything about it. You know, I was gonna look into that, but they don't use vanilla spawners, so I can't just add them. You know, if I get 8 more creeper tot chunks, I can make a spawner. Oh, that would be so cute! What? The secret to a good marriage is matching tattoos. How did I come up with that? That was one of those I wrote when I woke up, and I was like, secret to a good marriage, matching tattoos. What? I don't know, I just wake up sometimes. And then it's just in my head. Alright, I have to use one of these, so I'm just gonna pick this guy up right here. Alright, now I'm gonna make some force plates. Alright. I'm gonna take these. I'm actually gonna make this white force furnace. I'm gonna turn it into a white force generator. it's upgrading it right in place. And here's what's going to happen. I'm going to place this down, and the blaze powder that was already in it is still in it, and the core of grinding that was in it is still in it. Now, the force generator has two tabs here. It has an information tab, which, just like all the other information tabs, will teach you basically everything you need to know about this machine. So, just look through the information tab. It does a really nice job. The output tab will actually tell you what the maximum output in EU per tick is. To start off, force generators actually put out 16 EU per tick, and they can't put out any more. Now, they can actually burn faster than that, but they can't output more. Well, and I just realized this force generator actually has a grinding core in it, which has very specific logic for what it does. Alright, so let's just take this guy. Let's also upgrade him. And this guy actually burned the lava cells in here and stored them in its internal tank. Now this generator is not going to run again until it empties its internal buffer, which it's now doing at a rate of 16 EU per tick into this CESU. Now it's burning this lava, which it's not showing, but it's just a sinking issue. And I can actually charge my gear directly in here too, at a rate of 16 EU per tick. Over here where it says efficiency, normally this is 1.0, but since this is a heat core, it's actually getting 50% more EU than it would normally get. Now with this version of DartCraft, the standard for, say, a geothermal generator would actually be, for 1 bucket of lava, 10,000 EU. This used to be 20,000, they lowered it recently. Now, with this efficiency of 1.5, it actually gives 15,000 EU per bucket of lava, so it should have gone through several buckets. Oh! You know, it may not be glitched, it may have just stored more than it should have inside it. That's gonna suck to track down, isn't it? Anyway, so that's pretty nice. You can get a little bit more efficiency out of your geothermals now. Of course, it's only going to output 16 EU per tick instead of 20, but your lava will last longer. Now, of course, lava is not the only thing you can burn in here. You can actually burn anything that's a fuel in here, in this slot, and it will give you the amount of fuel that it's supposed to give, and it will give you the appropriate amount of EU, the exact amount that a normal generator would give you. Although, with the efficiency of 1.5, it would actually give you 50% more EU. Now, if you want some lava, here's something you can do. Take one of these force generators, upgrade it with grinding, and the only thing that a grinding imbued generator can accept is netherrack. Now this generator is unfortunately never going to work because it actually requires 250 EU to start before it can actually grind the netherrack. So that core has to go. There's nothing I could do about that. So here we go. Normal force generator, nothing in it. Socket this guy with the core of speed. This thing is gonna chew through the blaze powder and get serious amounts of EU, and it's also going to output 96 EU per tick. Now, it's doing this because each level of speed increases the output by another 16 EU per tick. That's the speed upgrade, that's pretty fun. Holy crap, this thing is now full. So this might not be a bad idea. If you've got insane amounts of blaze powder or lava, you may as well just bring one of these suckers around to charge your gear, because you can just pick it right up, keep it in your inventory, maybe throw it in a pack, then pull it out, and charge your gear. And put it back. Wow, that's fun. Okay, back to this generator. We can't put netherrack in there right now, but if we put the core of grinding back in, it'll start using EU to grind that netherrack into lava, which it can then also burn for EU, which it can use to make more lava. Now the nice thing about this is this internal storage will fill up rather quickly. So if I want to do something like tell this item hopper to keep netherrack in here, it's going to keep this guy stocked. You see, it's pulling it in and it's using it immediately. So I'm just going to run some pipes here, because I could literally pipe the lava out of the force generator. You could pipe liquids in or out of force generators. So you can make one of the generators making lava out of a netherrack, and the other ones can be burning it. And this is a fairly useful system, especially if you go farm netherrack, which you could do pretty quickly. Now these guys can run on liquids other than lava as well. In fact, by default these guys can run on any liquid that a force engine could run on. So it can run on liquid force, and you could even give it, say, DartCraft fuel. Now the burn values and times of these liquids vary, but they're based on the ratio of lava to them. So liquid force's base output in the force engine is 4.0 Minecraft joules per tick, while lava's is 0.5. So liquid force is 8 times more potent in generating EU in the force generator than lava. Now, the base output is still only 16 EU per tick, unless of course you give it a speed core, in which case you could probably burn through your liquid force pretty quickly. Now, burn time is also calculated with lava as a base. Normally, in the geothermal or force generator, 1 bucket of lava would last about 20 seconds. Now, in the force engine, lava would last for 20,000 ticks, as would liquid force, so liquid force will actually be burnt just as quickly as lava in the force generator. Now if you want an example of something that lasts a lot longer and still outputs a good amount, I'd say DartCraft fuel. DartCraft fuel is going to give you some of the best output for a force generator you can possibly think of. Now, if I put a frozen core in here, I can actually run the force generator on any force engine throttle. Now, the force engine throttles are calculated in a slightly different manner. The duration for the liquid is calculated in the exact fashion as a force engine fuel would be in this generator. However, there's actually an algorithm for the output that makes the lower end throttles, such as water, almost meaningless, but the more potent throttles, such as crushed ice, quite powerful. Now, if I put a milk can in here, you can see it's going to start running, putting out a little bit of icy effects, and it got a good 10,000 EU from 1 milk can. So that's not bad at all. Now we notice that the max output of a force generator with a frozen core is actually stuck at 8. So no matter what we do, we can't get this to output more than 8 EU per tick. Now you can use water in this, but the maximum amount of force generators you can actually sustain with a DartCraft pump is 1. So it's not a bad idea to generate some EU, but you're going to need a good chunk of pumps and pipes if you want to set that kind of a system up. And of course, let's not forget you need the frozen core, which you can't get until tier 5. So that's the force generator in a nutshell. It took me a while to design them, and frankly, while I was designing them, I just kind of came up with all these extra features. They weren't gonna do any of this stuff, and I just was sitting there and I thought, you know what? Now they do this. Burn the witch! No, burn the witch?